Welcome to our follow-up discussion on rBST with Dr. Tod Collins. The last time we spoke to him was on what is rBST and how does it work. Now, today we're focusing on the reproduction. Tod, welcome once again. What effect does it have on reproduction?
Lisa, you have opened up something that's been so close to my heart. As a dairy vet, this is one of my real specialities, and I love it. Now, the effect of rBST, originally when we started using it, we were very worried that it had negative effects on reproduction. And yet, as it's been used more over the years and more studied, it actually enhances reproduction. I mean, this sent me doing flick-flacks backwards when I realized actually its effect on the early embryos, for instance, and early and late embryonic deaths are a really serious concern in dairy reproduction. There's a huge amount of those. And the use of rBST actually reduces the amount of early embryonic deaths. So it has no negative effects.
What about mastitis? Any other health problems?
No, look, as I said in the last program, it must be used in well-managed dairy herds. And it's going to result in cows producing more milk. And we will find a couple of things. When you talk about mastitis, most of the mastitis that we see is in the earlier stage of lactation, well before rBST actually even gets administered. So that doesn't come into the picture.
It doesn't increase it.
It doesn't increase it, no. And again, that is one of the arguments that the European countries has used, and I would like to get into a boxing ring with them and sort them out when they think clearly that this does not harm. And the public has had the wool pulled over their eyes. And I'm speaking quite frankly because this is a passion of mine. Yeah.
Explain to us, what is IGF-1 and how is it linked to rBST?
Well, this is to do with the insulin growth factor. Now, rBST, when it's injected, or BST that's produced by the cow's own pituitary gland, they find themselves up in the liver. Brilliant organ, the liver. It does all sorts of things. And it gets converted there into this insulin growth factor. And that goes along the bloodstream, ends up in the udder, into the tissues of the udder. And it says to those cells, more milk, guys, let's produce more milk. And it's also insulin growth factor, as the word says, encourages the health and the growth of damaged tissues and cells that are growing or tissue that's growing. So, yeah, that's the benefit.
Now, although it's a natural hormone, if I hear hormone, I think, wait a minute, is the milk safe to drink? Because that's at the end of the day why we produce milk, is for the consumer. So is there a risk to humans?
No. And I wish everybody in the world knew this and did not have as I said earlier, the wool pulled over their eyes by this, and I use the word very naughty marketing campaign. And I'm prepared to stick by that.
Put your life on it.
Yes.
Right. Does it have an effect on longevity?
Not at all. And again, to begin with, many, many years ago, I suppose 30 years ago, we were worried about this. But no, it doesn't seem to have. And again, this is through studying 1,500 papers, research papers, seriously researched papers. No, it doesn't.
Getting back to the farmer as such, what is the benefit?
Well, we farmers now will be able to run fewer cows if we so wish. We can now get rid of our problem cows earlier, those cows that are, say, battling to fall into calf or are regularly having hoof problems or whatever, the normal reasons that a cow gets culled. we can cull those cows, get rid of them off the farm more happily, because we're going to produce the same amount of milk if we use rBST than if we had all those cows there. And one of my big things also as a rough, tough mountain vet is that we don't need to hang on to those problem cows. We are now dealing with systems in herds. They're big herds nowadays. We're an average sized herd at home. We milk about 850 cows. But do you know, this is now going off the subject slightly if you don't mind, South Africa has the second largest average milking herd in the world. We're second only to Saudi Arabia, who milk about 50,000 cows in very, very artificial environments. Yeah. But we have the second largest in the world. And as I said in I think the previous interview, our farmers are good. Make no mistake, our farmers are very, very good.
We know that, yeah. But rBST remains to be a very controversial subject of discussion. And next time, when you join us, we'll be talking about that.
Let me get my teeth into that one.
Right, Dr. Tod Collins. So watch out for our next episode.